Hello everyone, Jeff with the Green Review. Grape harvesting may sound a bit romantic because you might think of barefoot stomping of grapes to start the process of making wine. But when do you actually harvest the grapes? Whether it's for fresh eating, making raisins, or wine, commercial growers determine the harvest time based on the pH levels and sugar content or brie level of the grapes. Only if you have a huge crop of grapes are you going to measure the sugar content of your grapes using a refractometer or a hygrometer that you get from a brewmaster store. So how are the rest of us going to know when the grapes are ripe? First, look at them. Okay, now what? If they're a green grape, they will mature to a slightly yellowish color. If they're red, blue, or purple, they will turn those colors. For instance, these Reliance grapes, the top half of the cluster is turning and the bottom half is not. Grapes can turn the proper color, though, several weeks before developing their full sugar content. So the next thing we do is squeeze them. Unripe grapes are as hard as a marble. These are feeling plump and slightly soft, so that's a good sign. If they're starting to shrivel, you're a little late. If your type of grape has seeds, they will turn from white to brown when they're ripe. Animals of all kinds eat grapes before they're ripe enough for people, but if animals are eating the grapes, they are nearly ripe, and they should be covered with netting. I place organza bags on the clusters, and that way they protect them. They seem to be better protected from insects, diseases, and animals this way. Although some bags do get pulled off the plants, so it's not completely foolproof. You can use brown paper bags stapled around the clusters too if you want, but these seem to be good because they can air out the grapes to keep them from getting diseases. The best way to determine if the grapes are ready for harvest is to taste them. You taste them every week as they're turning color, and you'll be better prepared to know when they're the sweetest. You don't want to harvest too early because they don't continue to ripen once they're harvested. Although if you're making grape jelly or juice or some other product, you can add more sugar to the grapes. And of course, if the grapes are too sweet, don't add as much sugar. Grapes used for raisins should stay on the vine until they're a little overripe to gain as much sugar content as possible. Grape clusters may ripen unevenly for many reasons, including too many grape clusters on the vine, drought, root damage from too much rain, very hot weather, and potassium deficiency. Once the grapes are ripe, you can harvest them by cutting off the clusters. So use a pruner to cut them. The leaves will store more sugar in the grapes on sunny days, so harvest during a sunny day. Don't harvest when the grapes are wet from dew or rain because the clusters may get moldy during storage. Don't try to break them off either, as you may break the vine instead. If you have a lot of grapes, they can be stored at near freezing temperatures with high humidity in an open plastic bag, or the plastic bag with the holes in it, for up to 2 months. Grape varieties ripen at different times. Some don't ripen until late fall when they may be damaged by a heavy frost. They may tolerate a light frost, but cut them off before you get a full freeze. So what's this mean to me? Tasting is the best way to know when grapes are actually ripe. Unripe grapes are very tart. You will know the difference. And this is Jeff with the Green Review. Thanks for watching.